The physical mechanics of global commerce have been optimized to near perfection. A shipping container loaded at a massive coastal hub looks and functions exactly the same whether it lands in Rotterdam or Singapore. You can standardize the transit of goods, and you can standardize the hardware being assembled on the factory floor. But the reality is, you cannot standardize the human beings doing the assembling. A management style that drives peak efficiency at a headquarters in Silicon Valley may violate labor laws or collide with cultural norms at a branch in Southeast Asia. Any company attempting to scale its workforce across borders immediately runs into this friction. It is the defining challenge of international business, the global-local tension. This slide provides a formal definition to address that friction. Managing global human resources involves managing human resources in a multinational or global organization. That mandate covers a wide range of operational hurdles, from navigating legal and cultural differences to handling recruitment, compensation, and everyday employee relations. As the text here points out, globalization has forced the issue. Expanding into new regions creates opportunities for scale, but it also introduces immediate, localized operational challenges. Global HR acts as the necessary translation layer. It takes a unified corporate strategy and adapts it so it can actually function within a fractured, diverse global reality. Take Malaysia as a prime example. Here, the text considers a hypothetical multinational company setting up operations and expanding its workforce in the country. We can see this scenario play out in reality with global tech giants. Companies like Intel, Dell, and HP have all established a major presence in Malaysia to leverage its strategic location and skilled workforce. But this expansion requires a deep reading of the local environment. As outlined here, Malaysia is a highly diverse country with multiple ethnic and religious groups. Therefore, certain religious holidays must be accommodated, and specific cultural practices factored into long-term training and development programs. For these tech companies, local awareness functions as a technical specification, as necessary for facility uptime as the power grid or the supply chain. This need for localized expertise applies directly to hiring. According to this text, successful recruitment requires a deep understanding of local labor markets and the specific priorities of those talent pools. The same logic applies to pay. You cannot simply apply a headquarters-level pay scale to a new country. Compensation and benefits packages must be adapted to reflect local markets and cultures. If a global policy relies heavily on stock options, but the local talent pool prioritizes comprehensive healthcare or housing allowances, retention will drop. Specialists will leave for regional competitors who understand their actual needs. Compensation must bridge two conflicting mandates: competitive enough to lure local specialists while remaining predictable enough to fit a standardized global budget. Beyond hiring and payroll, there is the ongoing work of keeping a diverse workforce engaged. This slide highlights the daily reality of managing employee relations, resolving workplace conflict, and fostering inclusion across completely different cultural contexts. And the baseline for what those employees expect is constantly shifting. To stay competitive, HR managers have to track a series of fast-moving targets. Those current movements are listed right here: the pivot to remote work, the integration of gig workers, and the deployment of artificial intelligence and automation. These disruptions do not respect national borders. Global HR is now the department responsible for figuring out how a new AI tool or a hybrid work policy actually functions on the ground in a dozen different regulatory environments. A multinational company can secure the best physical locations and engineer the most efficient supply chains in the world. But if they fail to manage the human beings operating that machinery, the entire structure falters. Treating legal and cultural differences as an afterthought creates operational liabilities. By actively learning and adapting to local norms, companies turn those differences into a strategic advantage. As this summary suggests, integrating these cultural and legal realities allows an organization to move past simple geographic expansion into true global integration.